everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Here in Oklahoma it's a little chilly. So today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a loose incense, and I'm going to be showing y'all my recipe for my Imbolc incense I'll be using for Imbolc during my ritual. It is frankincense, dragon's blood, sandalwood, and cinnamon. So you'll need those. You'll need a mortar and pestle, or before I had mine, I used a coffee grinder. Just be sure if you're using a coffee grinder not to over process your herbs and resins, because then it'll be more of a powder than an incense. So you want a little texture when you're doing your loose incense. So my first ingredient is frankincense, and it's 6 parts. And I actually don't have a whole lot of frankincense, so yeah, that's all I got. I use a lot of frankincense, but I'm going to use what I got. That's probably really like 1 part, and I think my parts, when I use them, it's usually about a teaspoon or so per part. So if talking 6 parts, you need 6 teaspoons. This is obviously not 6 teaspoons, so we are going to be using about a half, maybe even an 1/8 of a teaspoon of frankincense, but it's in there and that's what counts. So we'll put that in there. You kind of just want to break it up a little bit. Again, don't even over process your resins. Okay. Next one is dragon's blood, and it is 4 parts, and I'm going to say a chunk like this. That's a pretty big chunk. We're going to call that 4 parts. Half of that would be 2 parts. So we're talking pretty small quantity here that we're making. I was told too that you can freeze your resins, like your frankincense, myrrh, dragon's blood, any resin, and you can freeze them, and that keeps them from being real sappy on you. I haven't had a problem with mine being sappy whenever I'm processing them or mixing them up, but you might try it. I don't do it, but the lady at the store that I bought this at said that's a better way to do it. But for video purposes, I'm not going to freeze it. So do that. Like that. And don't over process it, because you still have more stuff to put in it. Just remember that. So I don't know if y'all can see that in there. Probably not. Camera phone. Okay, sandalwood, 2 parts. Like I said, my parts are usually about a teaspoon. So we'll do about 2 teaspoons of sandalwood. And before we chunk up the sandalwood, we're going to go ahead and put our cinnamon bark in. And I just did regular quarter of a stick of cinnamon, broke it off. This is really hard, that's why I'm going to mix it with the sandalwood before I do the sandalwood. That way I don't over process my sandalwood. So just drop it in like that and just really get after it. And you want to mix your herbs up in a deosul manner. That way you're putting in positive intention. And that's always going to be clockwise. So don't go counterclockwise. Now once you think it looks good, when it's got some chunks in it, your resins are going to be a little powdery. That smells good. Okay. And this made about a tablespoon of incense, and that's pretty much all I'm going to need. I don't make a whole lot of ritual incense, especially for a ritual that only comes around once a year, because your incense will lose their scent over time. Now my full moons, my altar incenses, the incenses I use all the time, I'm going to make more of, because I'm going to run out before they go bad. So on your Wheel of the Year incenses, just make how much you're going to need at the top. I showed y'all these in my last video. They're just little bottles I bought at the craft store. And I'm going to put it in here, and that way y'all can see what the incense looks like after it's processed. And also, when you're making your incense, put in the intention that you want your incense to be used for. And always think good, positive thoughts. So there's kind of the texture of it, if y'all can see that. It's got some powder in it from the resin, which is good, but the wood itself, the actual sandalwood and cinnamon, has some chunks in it, so you can kind of see it in there. And that'll be my Imbolc incense. I'll take one of my little labels and label it, and there you go. Here's an incense for Imbolc. Enjoy. Blessed be.